Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. As mentioned in the daily financial news, I had a special guest for you at 9 o'clock, a personal friend that I've known for quite a while now, someone who inspires me nearly daily, Mr. Michael Butler. How you doing, young man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man. First off, if people aren't following you on Instagram, they need to. I'm following you. You inspire me daily. What is your Instagram handle?
It's at Michael Butler underscore junior.
There you go. Hey, so one of the things I want to talk about, you actually put in your post, I think earlier this week, was your experience of journaling.
Yeah.
And the reason this is important to me is I've never done it. I've written goals, I've tracked goals, right? You kind of do that as a sales guy. I have picked up journaling thanks to Jason Pritchard, who is, you and I both know, who is a huge fan of it. I'm a huge fan
Yeah.
of Jason. And I've been doing it since January 1st. I am not perfect yet. It hasn't become a habit, but I've already seen power in it. So why don't you talk about your experience with journaling, why you're a big fan of it?
And again, just like you said, I mean, I'm not perfect at it. It's something that I hate writing, to be honest with you. I hate writing, but I'm learning to do a lot of things. Once I started with this whole, my whole real estate journey, I've learned to do a lot of things where I've learned to find enjoyment in things that I never found enjoyment in before. And I think there's a huge power in really thinking and thinking about kind of things like that you want, things that you would like to accomplish. I think showing gratitude, and I think with journaling, when you're constantly reading, when you start to put the pen to the paper, it just kind of just flows out. I used to always like make laugh about it, or people always give me a hard time about it because they used to say when I was in college, a lot of papers was like, "Oh, ask Michael if he could write it. He's good at, he could BS papers. He's really good at BSing it." And I think that's just my mind runs 100 miles per hour,
Yeah.
and I think it's pretty awesome when I start writing to see like kind of just like what jumps. I always my mind feels like it's always just like sporadic, and
Wow.
when I'm writing, sometimes my thoughts can seem the same, and it kind of just tails off into something else. But it's always exciting to look back at it and see what it is.
Now, journaling for you, is it a daily, weekly, monthly thing? Is it when you feel the need? How much of a habit is it for you?
Right now, it's kind of more if I feel like I got a lot on my mind, or if I'm asked a difficult question that I don't know the answer to. I really try to think about why I don't know the answer to it,
Mhm.
and I've realized that just journaling has helped me be able to come up with that answer or get closer or a clear picture of that answer.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, and again, Jason Pritchard, folks, if you're not following him on Instagram, he's doing amazing things. He's been journaling for years, right? It's a
Yeah,
daily.
it's yeah, you look at it, and in itself, it's kind of overwhelming seeing how consistent he's been doing it.
Yeah, he as near as I can tell, he does it in the evening. He kind of writes down and then he looks at it the next day. So really for me, journaling, because again, I'm basically taking the hub concept, which you are a part of in Fresno, and I'm bringing it to the Bay Area. I'm renting an office space, and I'm like, okay, if I'm going to build
Nice.
out this one rental at a time brand, and I'm going to be spending $2,000 a month minimum, what am I going to? What can I do with it, right? And normally, Michael, it would just be this big idea, but
Yeah.
now I'm trying to pick up Jason and write in the evenings, like what I accomplished, what am I thinking? And you're right, it's amazing where the mind goes as you're writing it down. So it's been very helpful. I certainly need to be better. Right now, it kind of feels like an every other day thing. I
Hmm.
need to get better at it.
For sure, for sure, and I think especially like with the hub, I mean you have a vision for what Luckily, you already have one, right?
Yeah,
So you can kind of obviously, I think the next one will be a better one, just because that's
yeah,
just how it works, right? You learn from experience, and I think really just penciling out kind of what if you were an investor, right? Which you are, but what is it that you would be looking for in a space like that,
yeah,
or what would bring value to yourself?
yeah,
And then just kind of just writing on from there, because it's going to take you to a whole bunch of other things.
yeah, yeah, folks. If you're interested in real estate investing, or you want to, and really for me, it's as I've started to do it again. I'm by no means expert, but I've seen it change Jason's trajectory amazingly. No matter what you want to do, right? If you have a New Year's resolution, which a lot of us have, and probably some of you have broken already, I would tell you to write journaling. If you want to lose weight, you want to have a better relationship, you want to pick up a single language, you want to learn music, having that routine of just writing down your thoughts about it in the evening. It doesn't have to be a long time, 10,
Uh-huh.
15 minutes, I have already found in 12 days, I've gone back and looked at my notebook. And I'm like, this is this makes me feel like I've accomplished things, and I feel better looking back at it. So,
well, I think a good point from that, to be honest with you, is that, you know, your mind, obviously, as we all know, is very powerful, and your thoughts are very powerful when it comes to what you will achieve and what you won't achieve. And I think when we talk about weight loss journeys, it's important that you take before and after pictures, or you take progress pictures. And I think journaling, when you talk about going on a mental like detox or a mental awareness type change, you should do the same thing. It doesn't have to be specific. There's no structure to it. Just write what you're thinking, write how you feel about yourself, write where you would write what you would like to do with your life, and just all those things. I think when you pour it all out there on paper and you consistently start to do it, when you go back and reflect on that, you can see how toxic your thoughts were before.
Yeah.
You know, and there's some power in there because you'd be able to see your growth.
Yeah. One of the things I'm going to really harp on this year is how people are feeding themselves. And I saw this in myself last December, right? Last December, got spiraled on some negativity. I'm like, dude, pull up, dump that stuff, change it. And I think journaling, you're right, would help you. Because again, there's a lot more out there to be thankful for. Life is funner when you're excited about the challenge. Not that everything's perfect, by no means.
Yeah.
But you know, how you look at the day is really how the day goes. So any other closing thoughts on this, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, just like you were saying, there's a lot of negative things kind of that you can kind of think and go about. And I just think in this time of day, in general, with just COVID and just everything, the real estate booming, or being hard as a buyer, being crazy as a seller. Is so many negative things that you can get lost in. And I'm not saying to be naive that it's going on, but try to really limit how much you divulge into.
Yeah, I guess closing on that, for me, the reason I had to pull out of it is it doesn't help you, right? If you want to have a better financial, want to lose weight, better relationships, do something positive for you and your family, getting drowned in negativity and other people's scare nonsense, it's not helpful. None of that stuff has ever helped me. I don't know about you, but it's never helped me.
No.
Yeah. So Michael, how can people follow you, get part of your world? And if they want to do some deals in Fresno, who should they call, man?
Oh man, just give me a call. I'm not gonna get my number on here, but Instagram is the best place to typically get a hold of me. I am on Facebook, just Michael Butler Jr. on Facebook. Anyone I usually have questions, I'm more than willing to answer those questions. If it comes down to, you know, needing scripts or just how to handle an objection with a seller. I'm not perfect at it, but I'll definitely give you all that I got. And I'm really not looking for anything in return, because the value for me is just being able to add value to you. So that's kind of just what I look forward to.
And if you ever want to swing by the hub, Michael is one of the guys there. He's actually in the office that I used to call my own, because I haven't been there in 2 years. So I got to get out there. So Michael,
I don't know if you still got an office there, man.
No, I don't. Not anymore. But I own the building.
You do. That's all. Hey, that's all that matters.
There you go. Thanks, man.